Good morning, students. In our last class, we have completed reflection of light, and from today, we are going to start refraction of light and what are the things that depend upon the refraction of light. Okay, that all we are going to study in this part. So, first of all, let us understand that what do we mean by refraction of light. We know that this we have already studied in class 10th, but just for revision purpose, we will go through this topic. Um, so, what do we mean by refraction of light? We know that whenever a light ray is propagating from one medium to another medium, then it will deviate from its path, right? Suppose this medium is air and this medium is glass. Let us consider that this is a glass slab. So, whenever a light ray is entering from from air onto this glass slab, then it should go like this. But instead of going by this path, it changes its path. है ना? क्या होता है? It will slightly bend towards the normal. So when a light ray will enter from air to glass, then it will slightly deviate from its path. And this phenomena of bending of light, when it is propagating from one medium to another medium, is called refraction of light. Okay. Now again, as the light ray is propagating from glass to air, then it will always change its path. Again, it will change its path. Now, this time, instead of going toward the normal, it will go away from the normal. So, we can conclude that whenever a light ray is propagating from rarer medium to denser medium, then it will go towards the normal. And when it is propagating from denser to rarer medium, then it will go away from the normal. Now, what do we mean by this denser medium and rarer medium? The medium in which the speed of light is less is called rarer medium, and the medium in which the speed of light is more is called denser medium. Or we can say that the medium whose optical density is less is called rarer medium, while the medium whose optical density is more is called denser medium. So, we know that by the definition of reflection, that whenever a light ray is propagating from one medium to another medium, then it will deviate from its path, and this phenomena of deviation of light when it is propagating from one medium to another medium is called refraction of light. Also, when it is propagating from rarer medium to denser medium, then it will bend towards the normal, and when it is propagating from denser to rarer medium, then it will bend away from the normal. Now, if I want to label it, then this ray PQ is said to be our incident ray. The ray QR is said to be reflected ray, and this RS is said to be emergent ray. The normal that we have drawn, the perpendicular line that we have drawn on this surface is said to be the normal, that is NN dash, and we can label it as MM dash. So NN dash and MM dash are said to be normal. The angle which this incident ray makes with the normal is called the angle of incidence. So angle PQN is called angle of incidence. The angle which this refracted ray makes with the normal, that is RQN dash. Angle RQN dash is called the angle of refraction. Let this angle is R1. Similarly, this angle will also be the angle of refraction, as this angle is also formed by the refracted ray with the normal. And the angle which this emergent ray makes with the normal is called the angle of emergence. That is, angle SRM dash is said to be angle of emergence. So I hope all the labeling is clear to all of you and the figure is also clear to all of you. Now we will proceed ahead, and as we have discussed two laws in case of reflection, similarly we have to study the two laws of refraction also. So whenever a light ray is refracting from any of the spherical surface, then it has to obey two laws, and what are that laws we are going to discuss. First law states that this incident ray, the refracted ray, and normal all should lie on the same plane. Okay? The incident ray, the normal and the refracted ray, all these three rays should lie on the same plane, as we can see in the figure also, that this line PQ, NN dash and QR, all three lines are on the same plane. Let that plane is given by XY. Okay. Now this point, this law is similar to the law of reflection also. This law we have already studied in law of reflection. This law is same as that of law of reflection. Now what is the second law of refraction? It is the ratio of sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction is always equal to a constant. Okay. Whenever we want to find the ratio of angle of incidence with the ratio of sine of angle of incidence with the sine of angle of refraction, then it will always be equal to a constant, and this constant is called refractive index, and it is denoted by nu. The symbol of this refractive index is nu. So how can we define refractive index? The refractive index is the ratio of sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction, and this law is also called as Snell's law. This law is also called as Snell's law, and the ratio of sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction is called the refractive index, and it is denoted by nu. Now, there are two types of refractive index: absolute refractive index and relative refractive index. We are going to study both these in detail. There are two types of refractive index: absolute refractive index and the second one is relative refractive index. Now we are going to study that what is the difference between these two. Absolute refractive index means that whenever a light ray is propagating from air or vacuum in any medium, like for example, I can say this is any glass slab and here is air. So whenever a light ray is entering from air or vacuum in any medium other than air or vacuum, then the refractive index of that medium with respect to air or vacuum is said to be absolute refractive index. Okay, in simple words we can say that जब भी लाइट रे एयर या वैक्यूम से किसी भी मीडियम में जाती है, So the refractive index of that medium with respect to air or vacuum is said to be absolute refractive index, and it is denoted by A nu m, where this m is of any particular medium. इसको पढ़ते ऐसे हैं that the refractive index of medium with respect to air. Always जो बाद में लिखा हुआ है उसको आपको पहले पढ़ना है और जो पहले लिखा हुआ है उसको बाद में पढ़ना है. How we can pronounce it? We can say that the refractive index of medium with respect to air, or it can be vacuum also. Now, what is the formula of this absolute refractive index? The formula of absolute refractive index is speed of light in air or vacuum divided by speed of light in any medium. ये जो रेशो होता है that the speed of light in air or vacuum to the speed of light in medium, this is the formula for absolute refractive index of any of the medium with respect to air, and which is called as absolute refractive index. If we know that the speed of light in air or vacuum is denoted by C, and let the speed of light in any particular medium that we are talking about is a small v, then what does this formula become? It will become nu is equal to C by V. This will be the formula for absolute refractive index of any medium. Now relative refractive index. So we can define relative refractive index as whenever the light ray is propagating from one medium to another medium, but other than air or vacuum, then the refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium is called relative refractive index. Okay, so for example, we can say that here this is any glass slab, and here the water is filled. So whenever the light ray will go from this glass to water, then the refractive index of water with respect to glass is called the relative refractive index. So the only difference between these two is that in absolute refractive index, the first medium should be air or vacuum, while in relative refractive index there is no such compulsion. The light ray can travel from any of the medium to any of the medium other than air or vacuum. So the formula for relative refractive index can be given by 1 nu 2 is equal to, it has to be pronounced as the refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium. इसको pronounce कैसे करेंगे? The refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium, और इसका formula हो जाएगा speed of light in medium 1 divided by speed of light in medium 2. So I hope the absolute refractive index and the relative refractive index both are clear to all of you. Now proceeding ahead, the next topic that we are going to study is principle of reversibility. What does the principle of reversibility states? Let us first see that. Principle of reversibility of light states that after refraction, if a plane mirror is placed in the path of light, then the light will follow the same path from where it has entered. For example, Again, let us consider a glass slab, and this is air. Let a a light ray is entering into the glass slab by making an angle I with the normal. So the light ray will get refracted such that it will bend towards the normal. If by the principle of reversibility, if I place a plane mirror in its path, then by the principle of reversibility states that after reflection from this point, this plane mirror, the light ray will follow the same path from where it has entered. This is the principle of reversibility, that after refraction, if a plane mirror is placed in the path of light, then from by reflecting through that plane mirror, the light ray will follow the same path from where it has entered. This principle is called the principle of reversibility, and we are going to prove it. Let us consider a glass slab. Let this be air. Let a ray be incident on this glass slab such that this is the normal and it will get refracted towards the normal. Now, if I place a plane mirror, let the name of that plane mirror is M1, M2 in the path of this refracted light, then by the principle of reversibility of light, this light ray will follow the same path from where it has entered. This thing we are going to prove. Let us label the diagram. Let this ray be PQR. This be MN. Okay. So the light ray which the angle which this incident ray makes with the normal is called the angle of incidence, and the angle which this refracted ray makes with the normal is called the angle of refraction. Okay. So by Snell's law, we know that the refractive index of glass with respect to air can be given by, here the light ray is propagating from air to glass, so we have to write here as the refractive index of glass with respect to air. हमेशा लाइट रे जिस मीडियम से दूसरे मीडियम में जाती है, तो पहले मीडियम को हमको पहले लिखना है और दूसरे मीडियम को हमको बाद में लिखना है. So whenever the light ray is propagating from air to glass, then by Snell's law we know that nu is equal to sin I by sin R. This we have already studied in the law of refraction. Give it equation number 1. Now, as the light ray will get reflected, so it will go from glass to air, right? So when the light ray will go from glass to air, so the refractive index of air with respect to glass can be given by sin R by sin I. Give it equation number 2. As here the angle of incidence, जब लाइट रे यहाँ से रिफ्लेक्ट हो जाएगी तो उस केस में ये जो लाइट है QR वो इंसिडेंट रे बन जाएगी और ये जो QP है वो रिफ्रैक्टेड रे बन जाएगी, राइट? So the angle of incidence will be R and the angle of refraction will be I. So this equation will become sin R by sin I. It will just get reversed. On multiplying equation 1 with equation 2, what we have done? We have just multiplied equation 1 with equation 2. So what do we get? A nu G into G nu A is equal to sin I by sin R into sin R by sin I. Sin R से sin R cancel, sin I से sin I cancel. What do we get? A nu G into G nu A is equal to 1, or from here what do we get? G nu A is equal to 1 upon A nu G. From here we can say that the refractive index of air with respect to glass is equal to the reciprocal of refractive index of glass with respect to air, and this is the derivation for the principle of reversibility of light. So I hope it is clear to all of you. Now the next topic that we are going to study is refraction through several surfaces. What will happen when the light ray is made to refract it through more than one surface? Then how it will get refracted, this we are going to see. Okay, refraction through several surfaces. Let us consider, let here be the air, then here be the water, then here be the glass, then again after glass let here be air. So let us consider a medium which is formed by air, water, glass and then again air, and the light is made to pass through all these mediums, and then what will happen we are going to see. Let the light ray from air is propagating on this surface which is of water. So as we know that air is rarer with respect to water, air is rarer and water is denser. So the light ray will propagate from air to water, so it will bend towards the normal, right? Let this angle is called I, that is the angle of incidence, and let this angle be R1, that is the angle of refraction. And since it is the first refraction, so we are writing it R1 here. Again the light ray will go from water to glass, and since the glass is denser with respect to water, so it will also bend towards the normal. Such that this angle will be equal to R1. If this angle is R1, then this angle will also be R1, and the second angle will be called R2. Okay. Now let the ray will go from glass to air. Then since the glass is denser with respect to air, so in this case the light ray, instead of moving toward the normal, it will go away from the normal. Let this angle is R2 and the emergence angle is denoted by E. Okay. One more thing we have to keep in mind, that if the first medium and the last medium is same, then the angle of incidence will be equal to the angle of emergence. This thing we have to keep in mind, that whenever a light ray is made to pass through several mediums and the first medium and the last mediums are same, then the angle of incidence will be equal to angle of emergence. So here we can write E is equal to I. Okay. So I hope the diagram is clear to all of you, which is showing that the light ray is propagating through several mediums. So first of all, let us consider the refractive index of water with respect to glass, that is when the light ray is propagating from air to water. So the refractive index of water with respect to air can be given by sin I by sin R1. Give it equation number 1. As we can see here, the angle of incidence is I and the angle of refraction is R1. Now when the light ray is propagating from glass to water, जब लाइट रे वाटर से ग्लास में जाएगी, फ्रॉम वाटर टू ग्लास, then the refractive index of glass with respect to water can be given by sin R1 upon sin R2, as here the angle of incidence is R1 and the angle of refraction is R2. As you can see in the figure, this R1 will be the angle of incidence and R2 will be the angle of refraction. Give it equation number 2. Now the third case, when the light ray is propagating from glass to air, so the refractive index of air with respect to glass can be given by sine R2 divided by sine E, that is the angle of emergence, and we can write it as sine R2 by sine I, as we know that E is equal to I, that is the angle of emergence, is equal to angle of incidence, right? On multiplying all these three equations together, what do we get? A nu W into W nu G into G nu A. We have multiplied the LHS of all the three equations, and now we are going to multiply the RHS of all the three equations. What do we get? Now sin I से sin I cancel, sin R1 से sin R1 और sin R2 से sin R2. What do we get from here? We will get 1 over here. Okay. Now अगर हम इस G mu A को RHS में भेज दें, so what would the equation will become? It will become A nu G into A nu W dot W nu G is equal to 1 upon G nu A, right? And by the principle of reversibility, I can write this 1 upon G nu A as A nu G. अभी हमने पढ़ा that by the principle of reversibility of light, A nu G is equal to 1 upon G nu A. So we can write it as A nu W dot W nu G is equal to A nu G. Now, if I want to find the refractive index of glass with respect to water, then W nu G is equal to A nu G divided by A nu W. From here, we can say that if we want to find the relative refractive index of first medium with respect to second medium, then we should know the absolute refractive index of second medium and first medium with respect to air. इसका मतलब क्या कि अगर हमको किसी एक मीडियम से दूसरे मीडियम का रिलेटिव रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स निकालना है, तो हमको उन दोनों मीडियम्स का एब्सोल्यूट रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स पता होना चाहिए. इसका मतलब अगर मुझे ग्लास का और वाटर का एब्सोल्यूट रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स पता है, तो आई कैन फाइंड द रिलेटिव रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स ऑफ ग्लास विद रिस्पेक्ट टू water. So this is the derivation for the diffraction through several surfaces when the light ray get refracted from more than one surface. Okay. So I hope all the topics are clear to all of you. That's all for today's session, students. The further topics we will study in the next lecture. Thank you.